Hi, this is Nick Glorioso, Glorioso Wildlife Mounts Taxidermy, Port Henry, New York. Welcome to a new and exciting episode here, and today we'll be mounting Game Slayer Hunting's black bear. So this is a brand new form from Research Mannequins. I believe it's sculpted by Alan Barrel, and beautiful form, and it has a custom rock base that goes with it. And I did most of the prep work here. I thinned down around the eyes. I actually installed an artificial nose. We'll have to blend this out with a little bit of clay so everything matches. Thinned the eyes. I got the cartilage out of the ears and did a little bit of fluffing. Did have to alter this mannequin just a little bit so this skin would fit. I bought this skin from another taxidermist, and he said it was cut long for a pedestal mount, but this is an extremely long pedestal mount form. So just a word of caution, what I would recommend is actually measure how much bear skin you have. Make sure you have an extra foot or so you can mount on this form. I had to cut this form a little bit short and alter it so this skin would fit really nice, but as you can see, it is very different. See, a normal shoulder mount bear would stop right here, so there's actually another maybe a foot extra here of form, so it is different. So this is really nice, and it's concave in the back here, so really nice there. So I'm going to take you right into putting the ears into the skin. I do have some custom ear liners, and I'll be scruffing these up. Pre-fit them first, scruff them up, Bondo, and then we'll be installing them into the ears. The ear cartilage is out, so we're all set there. And let me pull the skin off. You can see it fits just like a glove. Never mind the pun. But I did pre-fit this thing, and it's very, very important before you actually rough up your forms. Make sure you pre-fit them so you can see if there's any alterations you have to do, anything like that. You want to kind of square it away, so you work on it. I had to actually go and alter the eye orbit area as well. These are competition eyes. They're beautiful eyes with the white band. And what I had to do, I kept the same backing, but I had to actually customize this a little bit. So you can see that's exactly how this bear eye is going to go into it. And of course it's going to be all clayed in, and we're going to have to rough up this whole form, put some hide paste on before we mount it, and then we'll go for the mount. But this is a beautiful form. The eyes are going to fit perfect. I already checked those out. And we're going to get right to it here. So you could go about it any way you like. What I like to do a lot of times is get the mannequin all prepped. That way, like this nose here was the original nose that was on this mannequin. And then you would have to Dremel this out or grind it out to match the inner nasal cavity of the bear. So this was cut out. You can see it pretty much matches there how this one was cut out. So what we'll do, we'll just blend this in with a little bit of clay. It was all bondoed in to make a nice smooth junction there. So that was taken out. This is really garbage now. So don't need that anymore. What we can do first, since this nose is on, this bear does have some, since it has this nice turn to it, it does have some wrinkles here. So what we could do is just take just a Riffler file, and we'll accentuate these wrinkles here. Alright. Once I have them outlined in there, then I go in there and I just kind of dig them out a little bit. so we can show a little detail. Right, like this. Now we got one more back here behind the head. Alright. Now as far as all these details on the bear, they won't show through all this extra hide and all that. They won't show. It's not like a whitetail. This skin is actually very thick on a bear. So what you could do if you want to, you could accentuate like this spot here. Accentuate that a little bit. It takes a second. And then what you do on one side, make sure you hit the other side. There we go. And what you're looking for is flashing right here. You see any flashing, you want to knock that down. So, like so. Any flashing, you knock that down. And what we could do, since this upper brow will build up, but I'm going to go and dig this out here a little bit. This will show, because this skin is going to be pretty thin up here. Alright. If you're doing taxidermy for a while, you learn to know what you're wasting your time with and what'll actually show. So that'll show. This skin's very thin here, and then over here as well, we'll dig this out a little bit. Same thing on this side. Okay, that's about all I'm going to do as far as grinding things out here. But what we need to do next, this might get a little loud. This is a stout rougher. It has all these little needle looking thing, and what it does is it actually scruffs up this form. So take it like this. Every inch of this form you want roughed up here. So, and it doesn't matter if you use caulking material or hide paste or whatever you have. Make sure you rough it up real good. You could actually hear it not roughed up versus roughed up. You could actually hear the difference. So what we'll do is just rough them up. Only take a few minutes on a bear like this. Watch your hands. This will scratch it just as easy. So, alright. Same thing with the head. You want to watch your nose. Underneath the chin. The reason why we're doing this is so your tan skin sticks to the form. So that's why it's important to rough it up. If you have sprays, you can spray on the form instead of actually roughing it all up. It kind of makes it like sandpaper type of surface to it, but I just really just do it the old-fashioned way here. very long. We're actually almost done here. Okay. That's looking good. On these bears, there's not going to be a cut down the back like a lot of your shoulder mount deer, so it's actually going to slip on just like a sock. So won't be any incision. I already sewed up my holes. Try to leave all the boring stuff out. So all right, there. This form is nice and scratched up here. Okay, a little bit more on this side, and we'll be all set here. Okay, a little bit more here. Okay, that's all struck up. Okay. Now you do with taxidermy, one thing to the next, So what we're going to do is we're going to make our lip line here next. Okay. What I use is this is just a jigsaw blade put into a handle. Research Mannequin sells this. And what we're going to do, you can probably see there's a line here. That's your lip line, how it's molded into your form. So bring it where it's level for you, and it's going to go in on an angle here. So just going to push this in. In the back, we're going to push a little more of a key to it. Okay. In the front here, because we bondoed it, it might be a little hard. So, okay. Now, what I'm going to do, get the same angle and start at the back here. I'm just going to follow this lip line. And you only need to push it in a 1/4 inch. The front area, because of the Bondo, I can't even push it in that far. So what we might do is just super glue that a little bit when we tuck our skin in. Okay, so there's our lip slot. You can see all this foam that actually hit the ground. A lot of foam there. Okay, that's that. And this bear is going to be very docile. So what we'll do is I'm going to cut some holes in here on the top here. I want its ears to be very docile, not like it's mean throwing its ears back. So what you can do, we'll try this knife here. It's where the ears would be. I'm just going to cut this out a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace this with clay. So okay, just like so. Dig them out a little bit. That's a good area. Don't worry about it if it has rough edges and all that. I'm going to fix that with some clay. So again, the same thing. on this side here, I'm going to start about the same area. And let's cut this in here. This is foam, so they don't have to be perfect. The goal of this is so when we put our ears into here, they have a place to drop into like they were naturally. So, okay, there we go. See, this is pretty ugly, but I'm not worried about that because this is going to be filled up with clay in here. And then what's going to happen is once these are mounted into the ears, this will be really hard, but I'll be able to clay this up here, and I could set these ears whatever way I like, because I have a hole here and there'll be clay in here. It'll be really hard. Instead of this being covered, like we didn't dig it out, it'd be sitting out here. So this way it makes it real natural that they're actually going to be sitting in where they go. So that's why we do that. You could take a drill with a huge spade bit and maybe save yourself a minute or two, or dig it out just like that. Or you could use your little lip saw and you can dig it out that way as well. So whatever way you like, it works just the same, just like that. So, all right, so that should be fine. Now, what we're going to do is that we prep this skin pretty well. It's basically ready to go. The eye skin was prepped out. Everything was thinned out. So what we need to do now is we need to put our ears into this bear. So that's what we'll do next here. And what you want to do first off is pre-fit it. And make sure you have the right ear liner for your bear. Okay. What I mean by that is make sure you don't put the right ear liner in the left ear where it's not going to look right. This is the right ear liner here. So if you get confused about it, you can just write an R. Simply write an R or an L. And this is the left ear liner. I know that just by looking at the shape. So what we're going to do, just going to work it through the skin here. And we're just going to see how this thing fits real quick. I didn't pre-fit them yet. So okay. There actually is an ear edge to these bears. I'm going to take a seat here for a second. And I'm going to work this skin in where it goes. Right in here. I'm just pre-fitting it right now. I just want to make sure this is going to work, which it will. These ears are rather large. This is a really nice black bear. Its live weight, I believe, was about 260 pounds or so. So this was actually a nice bear. So, okay. This will fit in there just fine. I just wanted to double check and make sure that I split out the ear cartilage, you know, all the way out. It's very important. So, if one ear fits, the other ear is going to fit just fine. What I would recommend you do, so you don't get anything accidentally on your hair, try to pull everything you can to the inside. Okay? You'll have less of a chance getting Bondo onto your hair. Okay, so I'll do one on camera here for you, and then we'll take a little break and I'll do both ears. They're going to be done the same exact way. So I'm going to pull this out. What you could do too to make it easier for you, just kind of pull your ears out here. Pull both your ears out, and make sure that you have some paper towels handy. Okay, and make sure you have your Bondo ready. Now again, if you're in a hurry, I made sure I label that right, and this is my left ear. Okay, same thing. What we're going to do here, we're going to scratch this up a little bit. Why? So our Bondo will adhere to this better. So okay, just like so. Scratch it up a little bit. These are actually called Celastic ear liners. So okay, just gonna scruff it up in here a little bit more. Watch your fingers. Okay. What I like to do is mix up enough Bondo so I can do both ears at the same time. If this is your first bear you're working on, I wouldn't advise that. I would advise you do one ear at a time. So this is going to take probably 6-7 minutes or so to cure. So I have plenty of time to get both these ears in the right spot. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our Bondo. This is actually Bondo brand. I was looking for a cheaper brand, but believe it or not, this Bondo brand was about the same price as a generic, so might as well go for the good stuff. It was about $25 for a gallon. So, alright, that should be plenty right there. And whenever you have Bondo, make sure you try to open your windows or have some suction in your shop. There. Okay. Try to be as careful as you can. Things are going to happen. Okay. I'm just looking at my ears. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'll put both ears in and then we'll work on it. That's the left ear. I'm going to put this in there. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we mix our hardener into this. Put a good amount there. That way we don't have to wait all day. And get to mixing it. Mix it so it's consistent color. This is the reddish type, so the more red it is, the faster it's going to sit. If you go with the blue one, the bluer it is, the faster it's going to sit. So there's no holes in these ears. If there are, they're just little pinholes. Not worried about that. Put a little dab in the ear, okay? And then I'm grabbing my left ear liner. So I'm going to put a big old glob of Bondo here on this ear liner. And we're shoving it in. So take about half. And what's going to happen here is this is going to harden up. It'll be hard as a rock. You don't want a way excessive amount, but okay. Now this is the left one, so to push this in here, okay? Just going to shove it in here for now. Then right away I'm going to take some paper towel, put that in a hole here, okay? And you'll see why here in a second. Now I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to get right on my right ear. Now Bondo sets according to temperature and all that, so we should have time to work on these. Okay, mixed up just the right amount. I don't like wasting too much. Okay, all right, perfect. All right, here we go. Whenever you can, get that Bondo out of the way. That's why I'm wearing this apron as well, so you can just wipe your hands on it. They're $5, $6 for an apron, so okay. I want to push this in here. Now, I'm pushing it in pretty much how it's supposed to go, but it might not be there exactly. So I'm going to stuff it up. Then what you want to do, as quick as you can, just try to wipe your hands off a little bit. Okay. What we need to do is flip this right side out now, okay? And we need to work on these ears. So now at this point you can pull your face out, whatever you like to do, okay? And the reason why we put that paper towel in there is so any extra Bondo that oozes out will kind of be grabbed up by that paper towel. So that's why we did that. And these ears are quite big on this bear. I know some guys that actually put they'll slip the skin on. They won't rough up the form. They'll actually slip the skin onto their bear without being roughed up. And they'll model these ears on the form. That's another way you could do it. But I'm just pinching these ears where they go, making sure my ear canal is where it should be, making sure the ear edges are where they should be. And if I have extra, I'm just going to push it out, quite simply. Just going to push it out. Okay. Get this ear situated. And make sure it's pulled all the way down. Then I'm going to start working on my ears. I want crisp ear edges. And if you feel air in there, that's when you want to take your pin. If you feel air inside your ear, air trapped, because it is, Bondo is a noxious type of material. You know, there's fumes that come off of it, so there can be air trapped in there. All you do is you could take your pin and say there's air, I feel air trapped. I'm just going to pop it a few times here. Okay, that's all. Okay. Now I'm working on these ears and just going to get these ears just right. So let me work on the ears. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. We'll see you then.